This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings, John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Gotta let you know this episode is being brought to you by The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought after 100% Australia non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets, and as always, handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years. Every week, they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use the Butcher Shop win, and they win often. You may not be a competitor, but I know you still have an eye for the finer cuts. Great news, the Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock. And again, it is always handpicked just for you. You might be saying, John, that sounds fantastic, but I want to try something exotic. Rest easy knowing the Butcher Shop can get you an elk steak or maybe even a camel roast. They're going to hand pick it out for you and ship it out promptly. So let's review the best competition briskets, check. The best pork selection, check. Giving you better overall options to cook at home, check. So please give the Butcher Shop a call today, 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show. They're going to give you 10% off your entire order each and every single time you call. You can also check them out over on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets. And today we're going to take a jump back to 2015. We got a little Teddy Reader monologue for you. That's the best way I can describe it. Let's go.
Ted, I was talking to one of your friends, Ray Lampe, last week doing his regular spot on the show, and he was asking, what do you have going on? And he said, this time of the year, it's kind of slow for me till we, get another couple months down the road. And he's got a new book that he's working on right now. And so, I wonder if it's the same thing for you when you start the beginning of the year, maybe through, March or April. Is this kind of like prime book writing season for you? Because obviously you've penned a number of books very successfully. Do you have one that you're working on right now, or is this a typical time of year where if you were working on one, if you're not now, this is one you're trying to put together because it's a little slower, a little colder, you're inside, and you're ready to hit that recipe laboratory?
Yeah, I do. Right now, I'm in the very, very beginning stages. I won't be having a book coming out in 2015. I'm taking a year off. And so I've just started in the last few weeks to start my ideation process. And I have a whole sort of regime that I do when I put my ideas for new recipes. And I really haven't finalized the style of book that I'm going to do or the complete topic. But I kind of think it's going to be along the lines of just live fire cooking. Really open pits, digging holes, using coals, using hardwood, and cooking straight and direct, and having some fun with it. So I'm still putting all those ideas and thoughts together, but I will be putting a book together for 2016. That's my goal. My latest book that's out is called Gastro Grilling, and won Best Cookbook in Canada this year in 2014. So I was pretty excited about that.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gastro Grilling. Go ahead and pick it up if you haven't already. Ted, let me ask you, because I did ask Ray this same question. I mean, both you guys have been successful in the number of books that you've put out. You look at it 10, 15 years ago, people were making strong bank on the back of books only. And fast forward to where we are now, it seems like any Tom, Dick, or Harry could go self-publish. People are trying to get book deals left and right. And maybe that the what's the term I'm trying to use? The talent pool becomes diluted a little bit when everybody can kind of get a leg in the water. Do you find writing book the same as you did back when you started, as far as experience and being able to make the same kind of money and things of this nature, or is it now a way for Ted Reader's brand to continually be in front of people's faces?
Well, it has modified and changed. I've written, the first book I ever worked on was in 1993, and that book was for a grocery store chain, and it sold 250,000 copies in about a week. It was an amazing book, and I learned a lot about writing books back then. And as I've progressed to writing 21 cookbooks now, I do find that the competition level is, the pool is full. There's a lot of people in there, and you've got to be sharp, and you've got to know your business. I've been doing barbecue and cooking my entire life. I started cooking when I was about 6 or 7 years of age, and I've spent my entire life being a chef and a lover of food and passionate about barbecue and the world of outdoor cooking. I don't stop. I put my thinking cap on every day. I never make the same recipe twice. I'm always tweaking. I'm always working and modifying. I'm outdoors probably 4 to 6 days a week, year-round, cooking food and practicing. And, I have a little 7-year-old, and he says, "Daddy, how come you practice all the time?" And I said, "If you want to be the best, you've got to practice. And you can't get to being the best if you're not practicing and not doing." And I love the amount of barbecue fans and the number of people that are out there cooking and turning the world of barbecue and telling the world about how barbecue can be done. And not just American style or Canadian style or German style or English style, because it's all coming out now. And so there's more that I have to do when it comes down to writing a book, to make a really great book. I think Gastro Grilling, which I wrote, and I wrote that book in 17 days.
Wow.
135 recipes. And I wrote every single word of that. I had an editor go through it, but I wrote the book in 17 days. I like to work under pressure. And it's the best book I've ever written. It's a phenomenal book. There's over 135 recipes, and there's over 200 color photos in there. And you really have to love what you do to have those books make you money. And you've got to work hard at it. And so the book business, it's tougher now. Can you make money in the book business? Yes, you can. But I look at writing a book is more of a promotional purpose and marketing for my business. But I love to share my stories, and I love to share my recipes. I'll never say to somebody, "Well, that's a secret." You want to know? I'll help you. I'll show you. I'll tell you. I'm not afraid to share my thoughts or my food love, because I want everybody to get in their backyards and fire up their grills and fire up their smokers and cook food day in and day out. Forget about your oven. Get outdoors and do it, whether it's snowing or raining or a tornado's a-coming. Get out there and cook something delicious, because it just fuels the passion to get out there and do it again and again and again. My wife thinks I'm crazy. The other day it was minus 20 here in Toronto, and it was windy, and she says, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to go fire up my pit." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't want to use the oven. I want to go outdoors. It's more fun." And that's the way it is. If it's fun for me, I'm having a good time.
That's right. And that's why we like having Ted Reader here on this show when he is available to come on and talk with us. Again, you can find him at tedreader.com, and he will be voting for or rooting for the Seattle Seahawks, as will I. Ted, always appreciate the time, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Greg. Have a great one, and hopefully we'll chat with you soon. Everybody out there, have a good Super Bowl weekend, and just make it tasty, because that's all that matters.
There he is, Ted Reader, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Make it tasty. Teddy Reader, probably the most approachable, down-to-earth, greatest backyard barbecue, chefy, grilling kind of guy. Big influence on my backyard cooking. Great teacher for me. Educator. I really like the guy. Can you tell? Head on over to the bbqcentralshow.com. Figure out what Greg and Teddy talked about before I got to this monologue. While you're over there, make sure you check out the search feature, find a show. You want me to do a show for you? Or just find something you want to listen to and listen to it. Let me know what you think. Get a hold of me, John, Jon, John, at the BBQCentralShow.com. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I cannot wait to talk to you again soon.